Hopefully you guys can see me. I'm about to start going live again. You know, my Hollywood friends have been hitting me up a lot about the situations in life with black folks. So we're going to get into it. So I'm waiting for a few of the homies to get locked in. But let's get into what's going on in the world today. As you guys see, Riverside County Medical Supply, you know, I'm not searching for a group of people to produce my clothing line, you know. So when we talk about brothers who come to California, let's just get it to the nitty gritty. Brothers come to California and they get lost in Hollywood. You know, brothers who were raised in Southern California, our parents, most of us come from Compton in Los Angeles, first of all. You know what I'm saying? So Hollywood controls all that. Hollywood doesn't even tell the world what's going on in SoCal. They only tell people what's going on in Los Angeles. They don't tell you that Riverside in San Bernardino County is filled with black people, and this is the #1 racist place in the country, is the Inland Empire. If people were to look up the most white supremacist gangs and authorities, it's Southern California, in particular the Inland Empire. So all these racist Hollywood folks, they live out here in Riverside. A lot of them have houses in Beverly Hills, but you'll learn about JFK, Marilyn Monroe, the presidents, all the top executives, they live in Riverside. They don't deal with that Hollywood bullshit. So as kids, we were already taught, like, that's where the so-called devils stay, man. That's where they use our ancient black magic against the world. Not just black people, but humanity, because we must understand that all indigenous people come up out of me and the beautiful black woman, you know. So as we know, so-called black people are the original people, and we're gonna have to talk about it. Caucasians are not us. We're gonna have to get into that. So when we talk about brothers who get into Hollywood, especially if they're not from California, you know what I'm saying? They'll tear them to pieces, you know. So we look at the situation with brother Kanye, you know what I'm saying? They killed the brother's mom. From my understanding, when I was in Hollywood, I'm not saying it's true, but when I was in Hollywood, they told me that Kanye West was murdered on the same freeway where they killed Biggie Smalls, and that was a clone. And that was before I got into all the conspiracy theories. So for those conspiracy theories and theorists looking at this channel, just know that Elm Street was told that the real Kanye was murdered a long time ago. And they killed him in the car accident, and the clone and the robot was the one who came with his wired jaw shut. Now, I'm not saying that's true, but we got to start looking at these things. When we see brothers coming to Hollywood, coming to California amongst a group of people who practice the ancient arts of the gods, because that's really what it is. They're using our ancient magic against us. And since they came into our tombs and raided our tombs, they stole our ancient books, they stole our technology, they gave us a false history of self. That's why brother Kanye is over here saying that, and he was serious. You even saw the Harvey white boy, and he's a homosexual. Much love to all people, but he even was like, because here's how it goes. If a black man in Hollywood says that the Holocaust was a choice, it was a choice for European Jews to get so-called thrown into ovens, millions of them. And that's still a debate to this day, because there's Europeans who say that the Holocaust didn't exist. They say that the Holocaust never happened. Or they will say that to the extreme that it is a lie, and that the European Jews created the Holocaust to create this American dream, which is a false reality, because this shit is all bullshit. The school systems, I was a former teacher in the education system, you know, and It doesn't matter if you go to college, you can get the knowledge out here for free. But for those who know, the education system was founded upon racist Europeans who went to war with Europeans who worship black people. And so when you study George Washington, when you study all the presidents, you'll see that they're Masons, Illuminati, Knights of Templar, which goes back to us as black people. And we understand that the word and the term black is new. It means a class. But for those who I can't talk to on that higher level, we're going to have to be basic. So when you hear brothers like Kanye West, you got to understand those brothers have been indoctrinated, they've been initiated, they sold contracts and blood just to get to the fame that they are. It just is what it is. And you can ask anybody who knows me, like, man, listen to my music and let them play my music on the radio every day. And let me get on TMZ and run my mouth. Because anybody knows that I've been saying this and so have other people for a long time. And this brother's from Chicago. Much love to my brothers from the NOI, even though I don't follow religious doctrine. I do have respect for the brothers in Chicago. My brothers, the Black Peace Stones, you know what I'm saying? We learned about Jeff 4L, Larry Hoover, and a lot of these brothers in the Black Panthers, rest in peace, Fred Hampton. So Kanye knows better. Kanye came out with the Unk and the big ass golden chain after I came out with What is the Matrix and I'm around his folks and all those things. So we can talk about how a lot of these brothers from out of town and out of state come to California and steal our style, especially when it comes to Riverside, whose families come from Compton and Los Angeles. It gets deep because at the end of the day, the so-called European Jew runs the entertainment industry. And we know that they're not the original Jews. Even though I don't practice the worship of male deities and gods that claim that they're jealous and cause confusion. But we know we live in a society today where black folks and all of humanity are still hypnotized by the spell of religion. So when we hear people like Kanye say that God is love, now we got to ask your homie, what God are you speaking of? Because the God of the Bible is not the God of love. And we know that the Europeans' God of love is Cupid. And we know what that's about. You know, and so it couldn't be a coincidence that we're in the time where Bill Cosby gets knocked down. You know, after all these years, you telling me a black man was raping and drugging women and they didn't fucking kill this nigga? Are you nuts? Do you know how racist, blatantly society was? And this is for me talking to the generation, because we forget about what our parents went through, our grandparents went through, our fathers, like my father, he was drafted in Vietnam, homie. Can you imagine? And this is the funny thing when people say, oh, we're not slaves anymore. If you're not a slave anymore, you walk down the street and let a white cracker cop pull your ass over for no reason and let him pull a gun on you, or just let him do it, he will shoot the shit out you. A white man who is a police officer, who we know is the KKK, they can kill your black ass on film. Now, they beat Rodney King's ass. They beat him. They didn't even kill Rodney King. And he's dead. And he died in Riverside County, i.e. Another story with that. So the long story short is that we are still slaves. They say we are free slaves. Because if we weren't slaves, white people wouldn't be allowed to kill you on camera and get away with it. Every week you can go on World Star, go on YouTube, and you can see white people killing black men, arresting them while they're bleeding on the concrete. You have to pay bills. People have to go to work for white folks to pay their bills, brother, you are still a slave. And that goes for all my people. Now, mentally, we're free. I would say mentally I'm free, but there's still things that I need to learn that I know for a fact that if I was raised in a God-body, goddess society, I would be way more advanced than I am now. But we were raised in a society, especially as black folks, for us to be underprivileged. The system is deliberately built for us to fail. There's no question about it. So when you hear these celebrities and when you hear these out-of-towners come to California and get lost in Hollywood, first we have to look at what's up in Hollywood, what goes in Hollywood, because we see a trend, whether it's Tupac, Biggie, Tiger Woods, Michael Jackson, Prince, Aaliyah, Left Eye, Eazy-E, Whitney Houston, James Brown, Rick James. I mean, the list, Jimi Hendrix, the list goes on of black folks, Sammy Davis, Nat King Cole, and then anyone who speaks out against the system happens to die mysteriously. You know, I don't know if it's true with the Bill Cosby thing, because I haven't heard the brother say it out loud, but from what I've heard, the brother was trying to buy NBC. Michael Jackson owned the Sony catalog and the Beatles catalog. Prince, let's not get into that. That's Warner Brothers. And he said we were slaves. Now, if Prince said we were slaves, I think I'm going to listen to Prince a little bit more than Kanye right now. You know what I'm saying? And you guys also got to understand that all this is a program. They don't allow this to happen unless the meeting already occurred. If you look at the TMZ interview, he's going like this, the brother with Kanye. I don't know if you guys know what that means, but he keeps doing, you know what I'm saying? So you guys got to learn different codes, you know what I'm saying? Because you can get killed for things like this. But I'm Jason. I'm Elm Street, you know. Family spread out of Compton, Louisiana. I'm in Riverside, and I'm not hard to find. We don't fear anything like that, you know. So what we're going to do today is really get forward on what's really going on in this American society and how they are programming us through social media. They first programmed us with TV. Well, excuse me, our generation was TV, but really it's the education system. It actually starts with the education system. The moment we were kids, our parents had to go to work for most of us. Most of us, our parents had to go to work and they would send us to K through 12. Do you guys ever notice that it's not 1 through 12? It's K through 12. What is the letter K? The letter K is the number 11. And then it says 12. So for those of us who have been miseducated or not been properly educated, you might basically think that you're being educated from kindergarten to 12th grade, because that's where they stop it for free education. But we always know nothing's free most of the time without a price. So what happened? All of us were indoctrinated in a false education system that lied to us about where they come from, which is us, the so-called black people. We live in a society where we have celebrities who are given money, given a platform by racist people, regardless of their religious background. They're racist. And we can see that. And it's not to say that every so-called Jew in the industry is a racist. We're not here to say that, but we are. I am here to teach that there's a pattern. There's a pattern of brothers coming in around European Jews in Hollywood and getting murdered. And then not only do they get murdered, they destroy the legacy. Do you know how hard it is to get money as a black man? Unless you dribble a ball. Much love to LeBron James and all the gods. But there's, like the brother from TMZ said, We are so-called normal citizens living the real shit. When brothers like Kanye are married now into families where you're around men who claim that they're women. I don't understand this, because we know in the black family this is unacceptable behavior. If granddaddy is alive, or if your older brother or the OG, there's certain things that are being allowed in the world, and the world is dictated by the black community. The term "it takes a village to raise a child" comes from us. And so the reason why they want to separate us from, they say, oh, now Democrat and Republican. What are you talking about, brother? Brother Tupac was talking about forming our own political party, having our land back. So when any celebrity, especially a black man, goes out supporting a white, a European Caucasian that burns under the sun, and there is no living entity that is natural that burns under the sun on that high level. So that'll be a whole nother story. So when a black person speaks out against his own people, we see a pattern. Look at Bill Cosby. Look at O.J. Simpson. Look at any brother who started, even Michael Jackson. And I heard that he was cloned or killed, and that was a robot. And that, now I'm not saying these things are true, but we got to understand androids are real. Robots, the robots that they're showing you now, we already have the technology. So, and then us as human beings, for your religious folks, you guys believe in a God that tells you that you were created. And for women watching this channel who are religious, they say that you were made from a rib from a man. That's genetic cloning. You know, so that's a whole nother story. So at the end of the day, we know that we're living in a society that is built on black people, our soul, our energy, our knowledge, and our natural so-called God-body energy that we are naturally born with. We don't have to read a book. You don't have to read the Bible. You don't have to go to church. You don't have to go to school to be a God, because you're naturally born a God. It is in your DNA, just like the bird, just like the giraffe, the rhino, the fish, the air that we breathe. So we have been manipulated. We have been lied to. And so it's time for us to step up. Some people are saying get a little louder. It's time for us to start stepping up and realizing that we have been put under a spell as humanity. If they haven't killed all the brothers and sisters who speak out, like Ashada Shakur, you know, she's out there, wherever she's at in Cuba or wherever mystical land she's at. We understand, like my brother said, that man is possessed by the industry, Hollywood. Much love, brother Ali Abdul Rahim. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you. So at the end of the day, when we start disrespecting our ancestors, when we start saying that slavery was a choice, we have to start questioning what's going on. Because the Hebrew Israelite movement is big right now. That's another big black cult created by the government to divide black people. Now we got brothers, once again, because of a religious doctrine and certain people with money manipulating people's minds, who have only gotten real knowledge from the false education system, the false religion system, and the TVs and the movies, video games, and cartoons. That's where most people get their information from, and then experience, you know. So at the end of the day, when any celebrity is teaching us this and then going with a president, now I got to see if Kanye West is related to Donald Trump. I want somebody to find out if Kanye West is related to Donald Trump. Because there's no way in the world that if you are a black man in Hollywood, you have a platform like that to say what you said. It's impossible unless you are part of them. And now let's start studying Uncle Tom's. Let's start studying how Malcolm X was killed by brothers. Tupac, all of us seem to get infiltrated by our own kind. Black devils. Black devils. They walk amongst us. They walk amongst us. And so I understand when I see a few of my Hebrew brothers say, we're not all the same. That's true. But is the white man the same as you? We know all white people ain't the same. There's some good white folks who probably were black in their past life. If you study their DNA, and their great-grandfather might have been black, and they mixed in. And then brothers, even like me, great-grandfather might have been white. So a lot of people who look black today might have been white 2 past lifetimes ago. And that's why they're cooning. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call the spirit coming out. Because there's no way in the world that a grown black man should support. And then if you're saying love, and this is the cold part about it, the God of the Bible isn't love. He went around destroying people, killing people, telling other people to kill them and destroy them if they didn't believe in them. And that's what these racist people do. Kanye West would be a so-called racist amongst his own people, a race traitor, the worst thing that you could be. You know, we got the president, the United States president is talking about building a wall to separate Mexico from America when he's white. White people are not indigenous to anywhere on the planet. White people will tell you in the history books that their history comes from a cave. But the question is, before the cave and you were put in the cave, where do you come from? We got stories. We have history about where the white folks come from other than invading the land. So how is a president of this land white? How is the so-called leader of this land a Caucasian invader, colonizer? And we have a black man who is clearly the voice and given a voice by these racist, coon, crackers, rednecks, devil vampires who control Hollywood, who control religion, who control our thoughts. And so I understand what he's saying when he's saying it's free thinking, but brother, you can't be a free thinker when you support racist people who hurt your so-called Mexican brothers. When white folks, this ain't their land. So how is Donald Trump, a white man, gonna say we're gonna build a wall to keep people out of this land when Caucasians are the true invaders of this land? It's shameful. And this is the world that we're living in, to where black people are fighting. This is the war of the gods right now. And the whole world is watching. But will the industry put Jason on? Will they put ElmSt's music on against Kanye? Will they put my stuff on and blast it on YouTube so millions of people can hear this and then have a true free thought? No. The government is not going to allow you to hear brothers like me like that on that level. Why? Because then you'll have an option to say, wait, Brother ElmSt, Brother Jason's out in Riverside dealing with the gods in California. They build with the God. What's he talking about? And everybody who knows me knows what we're talking about. Real unity. Activating the pyramids. We want our treasures back. We want our stuff out of the Vatican. We want our land back. We want our clean water back. We want these colonizers to leave our land and let us truly be free. So our future children and future generations don't have to deal with brothers like Kanye West, Donald Trump. And these are words. These probably ain't in these real people's names because words, they're words. They're spells. These are entities, people. These are beings. And then we start learning about who really controls Hollywood. You can go on Hollywood Boulevard and you'll see the extraterrestrial signs to let you know that certain extraterrestrial beings who our ancestors went to war with still run the world. So now we have to start studying our black history. Kanye knows better. We understand that there were Moors here. We understand that the Chinese were here in America prior to Europeans. We understand that the European so-called white race is no longer than 6,000 years old. White people weren't around in ancient times. They're a new creation. That's why they call themselves mankind, because they are a kind of man. They're different than us. Their nature is different than us. A white person cannot have a black baby unless they mix in with us. But I can have a retardation in one of my cells and my baby will come out white and albino. Something to think about, y'all. So we're at war right now, and we are still enslaved. If we weren't enslaved, the pyramids would be activated. We would have our own land, clean water. They would be off of our land right now, and children would be able to walk down the street laughing, and grown men without a white dude pulling you over with a gun and able to kill you and get away with it. So anyone, if you allow these religions to make you think that you're free, you are enslaved. Because if you worship a god, you're enslaved, homie or homegirl. If you bow down to Jesus and Allah and all these gods that were created before you were born, you're a slave. Period, point blank. You know nothing about those gods. You have no idea what was going on during those times, yet you worship these deities. And this is why the world's in trouble, because the majority of the world worships a deity that first says that man came first, which we know is a lie. We know that woman came first. So any religion and philosophy that is teaching people that man came first and the creator of the universe is a man is lying to you and has been manipulated. So when we hear brothers say God is love, I keep telling people the God of the Bible is, ain't no such thing, but those are devils, bro. They're manipulators. The true God comes from the essence of the woman. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But we're living in a society where black men don't want to deal with a lot of sisters because they believe in Jesus. So now we deal with a lot of rich brothers who do step outside the indigenous culture, whether it's outside of a Mexican, Native American, Asian, Samoan, or sister, to get what Brother Kanye is. You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to speak on just that, brother, but we're just going to speak on society. Now, the last album the brother came out with was called A Twisted Dark Fantasy. You guys got to start paying attention to these celebrities who are paid millions and millions of dollars to basically teach you what they're allowed to teach. So for those of us who've been in Hollywood and got presented with $1 million contracts and those things, you already know, like, they're going to put something like Jason. You got to change that the black man is God. You're going to have to say guns, and you're going to have to say this. Anyone know I didn't sign no contract because I wasn't raised. Like a lot of these brothers come from the hoods. They come from real effed up situations, what we would call the inner city or poverty. So when a so-called Jew or someone comes to you with these millions of dollars and gives you an opportunity to help your family and to experience what you always wanted to, you're going to do it, not knowing that it's a trap. And that's why there's no major black independent labels anymore. Why? It's because there were real brothers who cared about each other, who weren't screwing over their people, and were building real platforms of music. And we know that music is the key of life, because music is the soundtrack of life. Take away music, life is miserable. You know what I'm saying? And so I want to touch on the drug culture. The brother Kanye was talking about how he was on opiates. Admitted it. He admitted that he was on opiates. So this is a multi-millionaire on tour, influence, controlled by white folks. Let's get it real. In a particular group of white folks, Jews, allowing our brother to be on drugs. What kind of shit is that? What kind of friends is this brother around when your friends allow you to be on pharmaceutical drugs that we know you can turn on the TV and that white man will tell you, man, you take this drug, you know, your heart will fall out, your kidney failure, you'll basically die, but it'll stop your depression. It's just crazy. So they're selling poison to the world legally on TV. So anytime we hear our own brother talk about, man, they put me on drugs, we got to be like, yo, we can't laugh at this because the world been laughing at black people this whole fucking time. We're the joke of the fucking world. Black people are the joke of the fucking world, in case people haven't respected it. We're the joke of the world. Everyone steals our style. They steal our culture. They steal our spirituality. They kill us in the street, lock us up in their prisons, and then they laugh at our downfall. It's not funny, bro, because each of us have homies who are locked in prison, locked in jail, just lost. You know what I'm saying? Gone to the point of no return, even sisters. And it's a joke. People look at black people and they laugh at us. They laugh at us. They think this shit is fucking entertainment. Not understanding that black people are dying because of ignorance, because of the bullshit of these so-called people who look opposite of us, who took over our land, stole our culture, stole our ancient artifacts, killed our fathers and grandfathers and great-grandfathers and raped our women and gave us a false sense of reality. And now they're giving us these black devils again. They're giving us much love to the Snoop Doggy Dogs. They're giving us all those brothers again, the same shit. There's like much love to Brother Daz. But brother, you gotta come forward and talk about some real shit, because even though we know that the Crip lifestyle in California is real and the Damu blood culture is real, and we see this shit commercialized in New York now and all this crazy crap when we know it's real out here. Brother Daz and Snoop, you guys were spitting poison to our people. So you guys got to be responsible for that too. You can't just call out Brother Kanye West when you guys were teaching us to sell dope. Never once did Snoop Dogg come out with a conscious song. Unless he, and I'm not attacking the brother because Snoop Dogg's a character. That's not a real person. Daz Dillinger's not a real person, so I'm not afraid to run my mouth. Those aren't real people. Those are not their real names. You know what I'm saying? These are characters. So when you see 50 Cent talk shit about his own friend, Daz Dillinger, Chris Brown, you're putting down your brother. We're seeing whether he's a robot, android, hypnotized on drugs. This is our brother. And we're allowing religion, classism, and bullshit to separate us as black people once again. And now it's on a worldwide platinum to where people are like, damn, these niggas can't even get it together. You talk about rich black people arguing, laughing at us. You don't think that cracker knew that Kanye West was fucking nuts? You think that they would have gave a platform to a brother who was really going to kick some real stuff? Oh, no. If that was the case, Tupac would have popped up. And Tupac's alive. Oh, it would have changed the world. That's not the case. So we're going to start ending it up with this. Pay attention. You saw the Bill Cosby thing. When black people start taking hits, You gotta pay attention. When they let Meek Mill out, much love, because we don't need any brothers incarcerated. We need our own land back. And we'll deal with the fuck boys with our own ways. But there's no coincidence that Bill Cosby's from Philadelphia and Meek Mill is from Philly. Meek Mill gets taken out, and much love, but Meek Mill, all his music was talking about killing, selling dope, selling drugs, and doing all that dumbass shit and getting paid millions of dollars by white people to talk about Black death. And who benefits off of hip hop at this point? Who benefits off of Black music other than us feeling good? The white man benefits off of that. He benefits off of going to prison, going to jail, having reasons to kill us, drug, but everything. So we understand that this is a trap. And even T.I., I love what you're doing, brother, but brother, you gotta take responsibility. You still ain't apologized to the people for you still claiming you the trap god, nigga. Please, homie. How dare any Black celebrity who's a gangster rapper call out Kanye West? T.I., you're just at fault because you're one of the main reasons that young Black kids thought it was cool to sell dope, nigga. Rubber band, man. Where were you at Michael Vick's conviction? I know what was going on with that. And I ain't gonna talk about that. So any celebrity, I know you. I know all these celebrities. They know who I am, you know. People be like, Jason got blackballed. No, Jason stepped away from the industry. That's what happened. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. I wasn't raised like that. So with the fancy cars and women, and I already did that. So that's what didn't impress me. And when I would be at these Hollywood Hills parties and see some of my favorite celebrities doing things that I'm like, yo, what kind of shit is this? I was like, nah, dog. Everyone thought I lost my mind. But nah, bro. I got my money and I went to Africa. Before Dave Chappelle movement and all that, Elm Street went to Africa. And that was the best experience, one of them, of my life. So anybody telling Black folks that African people don't like you, any Hebrew Israelite movement that says they're not, man, that's bullshit. It's just miseducated bullshit. We're all humanity. We're all brothers and sisters. We were taught to hate each other. When we were in elementary, we didn't believe in God and Jesus. We had Mexican homies, white homies. No one was fucking racist growing up, dog, until we got to 5th and 6th grade. And that was when we started getting influenced by other people. So we're not free thinkers right now. How can we all be free thinkers when we were all taught bullshit as kids, regardless if you're Black, white, Asian, Christian, or Muslim? We were all taught bullshit. So the best thing for me as humanity and as Black people worldwide is to study your Black history. Study your African history. And yes, we know Africa is a word created by Europeans. But if you break it down, Af, and then Ra, Ka, the body, it'll take you to where you need to go. You know, I can't take people around the United States on a bunch of ancient Black civilizations, because that's the big movement right now where you hear people saying, oh, we're the Moors. We didn't come here on slave ships. We understand that, but I could take people to Africa tomorrow if they have $5,000 in their pocket. And I could take you not just to Egypt, South Africa, Timbuktu, Nigeria, all throughout the continent of Africa. And you'll see statues of Black women and Black people that predate the Bible, Quran, Torah, all these Western religions, and predates the creation of the European Caucasian race. Because like we know, the Caucasians are created. They're not natural. They're literally created. And so when we have to get to the knowledge, even Donald Trump's talking about building an extraterrestrial air force in outer space. Who you fighting, homie? Why do you guys still control all the ancient artifacts? And why is it that when rich white folks and other folks get all the money that they want, they be trying to get our shit? They be going in all the ancient tombs, stealing our shit. Why? What are they hiding? And why are they using black men again to propagate? So look at the LeBron James. Look at the Kanye West. Look at the Colin Tabernacles. All those are distractions. All those are hired people. I'm telling you, entertainment is for white folks. Why do you think that they paid niggas millions of dollars to dribble a fucking basketball? They pay niggas millions of dollars to crash their head into each other and white people cheer. Yeah! There ain't black people in the stands when you go to a basketball game like that. It's the white people. There's not niggas in the football stands when you go to a football game like that. It's white people. When you go to real hip-hop concerts, it ain't a bunch of niggas like that. It's white people. Because you niggas are their entertainment. Jason ElmSt Williams signing off. Peace and love. We are living on a prison planet. We still are enslaved. We are still enslaved. The slave quarters just got bigger. You still have to send your kids to school to learn a false ideology about themselves. Most black people still go to church. Most black people still believe in Jesus. Most black people still believe in the Bible. Most black people still believe in God. Most black people still go to work and have to pay bills. You are a slave. Get it real. You can believe in what you want. But we are still enslaved. Unless we come together or someone cracks that dome and come down in a spaceship, we are enslaved. So what the solution is to come together and to study your black history. Because when you study your ancient culture prior to white folks, you'll see that we are great. And we are at war. We are prisoners of war as black people and as indigenous non-European people. Now, if you want to follow the Europeans, go ahead. You got something else coming for you. Physically and spiritually, because it's just the way of the universe. So anytime you guys see this going on with black people, you better check what time it is, because they're about to bring the hammer down more on black folks. So our solution is to love your brother, love your sisters, and unite with even white folks who know that this shit is coonery. Love your Mexican brothers, you know? Try to love all people. But at the end of the day, black people know we are the original people. We are the true children of Ra, the true children of what they call God today. Don't forget it. Study your history prior to us being so-called enslaved. And let's have some fun. Peace and love.